One of the most important things I've ever learned is that you are in relationship with everything. Hi lovelies, hi beauties, hi beautiful people. It's been way too long and I am so sorry. I've had the craziest, I'm not kidding, the 3 craziest months of my life. I literally feel like everything was pulling me down. Every single moment I feel like I couldn't get on track, back on track, find the energy, find the strength, find the willpower. Like, it's been fucking real out here. I've been wanting so bad to come back to this channel, like fully ready to go with so much to serve, and I got a new job promotion. I signed a client at the highest that I've ever signed one. I was finishing up a certification program for my coaching and consultation for creatives. I was just finishing that up all at the same time, and I was training for the new role, and I was finishing up my certifications, and I was like studying my tests. For the entire month of March, there was construction out of me and my partner's apartment for like for like 4 weeks in a row. So like we weren't sleeping, and I was getting agitated, and oh my god, literally just. And then that's just on my personal level world. Then there's everything that's going on socially and politically. There's all of those ever-changing currents, right, that are like shifting and moving. And like just when I started to feel like things were like looking up for me, the promotion was really exciting, getting a new client, I got smashed down by news that I felt that just was so crushing. I don't know if I should get into the details of it, but like, let's just say like the things with my job didn't go the way I anticipated. Anyway, with that being said, I started to spiral. I had been working at my job full time like for so long, and I was thinking, here is my opportunity to make more money. I can finally move up in the company, all those things, because my job has been a real sense of security for me for so long. And I was like so excited, and then I found out that there was a discrepancy. And it crushed me, like to smithereens. Because not only did I feel dumb that I really believed that I could move up, but also like that this is like another moment of this happening to me, like at my time here. And I started to spiral with the lack of sleep, with me training really hard for like 3 months. I was like, okay, I feel like finally I'm getting somewhere, moving somewhere. And I started spiraling. Like everything was just, it just felt like everything was crashing down. I had to start slowing down. I was like, I can't sustain anything at this rate because there's too much coming at me. The waves are too strong and I'm a little pebble. But then that brought me to this question about like, how are you with yourself in the dip? I was having this conversation with a client last week, and they were talking about a lot of external stress factors that were hitting them all at once. And they were showing up to the session almost like there was like this lack of trust in their ability to move through the dip. Our emotions can feel so intense at times, and they are great indicators of what's going on in our internal world, but they're not always accurate reflectors of our external world. So our emotions are great pointers to what it is that we need. And sometimes, more often than not, it is so like prioritized in our society where we need to achieve and produce over meeting our physical and mental emotional needs. And it's so easy to forget that. Like, I still feel like in doing all of this work and coming into our bodies and doing body somatic work and breath work and identifying my emotions, I still think it's so easy for us to bypass the importance of rest, like the necessity of deep, meaningful rest. And not just like physical rest, but mental rest, like rest without persecution, Rest without attaching your worth to productivity. Rest without attaching yourself to anything external. Love yourself enough in the moments where you feel like you are falling apart. Who's like driving the ship? Is it your inner child? Because I love self-help work in the sense that the inner child metaphor, it's great, I think, in identifying like what our needs are, what we really want to do, what really lights us up. But I feel like we often believe, or sometimes lends to a space where I feel like we let our inner child drive the ship instead of our adult selves. So where do you let your inner child who screams the fear rule in certain areas in your life over the adult saying, you're safe, I got you, you're safe, you're okay with me, you're safe, I'm going to protect you? Is your self-talk like a screaming angry parent? Do you feel like you're being scolded or persecuted mentally for not doing, or maybe uneasy for trying to rest? Because all of that sends a message that you are not deserving of rest, and rest is bad. Or if I don't do more, I won't accomplish more. I won't get to where I'm going. It's actually the opposite. It's the inverse. It's not in the doing. It's in the being. Who are you being? And the other question is, do you really know that the whole of who you are and the value in all in which you are is never changing? It doesn't change when you fall off track. It doesn't change when you stop being productive. It doesn't change when you feel like you're in the worst situation. Your value and your worth as a human being doesn't change because it's not attached to anything external. It's not outside of you. It lives within you, which is why tending to your needs is so important. And listen, you're not gonna get it every single time. I think a lot of self-help videos, and as much as I love the self-help community, I feel like it presents this illusion that to go into the dip means something's wrong with you now. You're incomplete, you're off balance, I don't know how they say it, like you're, letting the low vibe energy in, whatever that is. I feel like that can trigger so much shame and maybe even loop you even further down, because now you believe, once again, it can become its own self-perpetuating trap if you're someone who externalizes their worth, like especially to productivity, or especially by what you do. Because when you are no longer doing the thing, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditating, whether it's whatever it is, it's easy to then fall back into I'm unworthy, and you feel like you have to keep earning, improving your love, or earning, improving your worth, or earning, improving that you are worth a certain amount of love, a certain amount of care. Every single thing in your life, whether it's with your job, with your partner, with your family, with your friends, whatever rupture or dip that you enter is unveiling all the parts of yourself that you abandon, that you refuse to see, that you don't acknowledge. The pain, the disappointment, the sadness, all are showing you parts of yourself that you have refused to be in relationship with you because the emotional wave has become so crushing. It's like you've been holding the valve for so long that when it finally explodes and you embrace the message behind the emotion, because a lot of us don't even get to that part. We feel the fear, we feel the sadness, we feel the disappointment, we feel the anger, the frustration. We don't even really understand what the need is underneath it. Oh, maybe I need more rest, or maybe I need more closeness, or maybe I need more adventure, maybe I need more play, maybe I need a higher paying job. Whatever it is, we get so in the throes of the emotion that we don't take the time to actually be present and have a relationship with our emotions to know, well, what is the need that this emotion is trying to tell me? What is that saying? What's that relationship like? And if you're avoidant, if you're fearful, it's a way to push away the medicine that's underneath those emotions. So like when we move through the dip, we're in the dip and fear and uncertainty is at its highest, we tend to catastrophize to the worst case scenario instead of holding space for what becomes possible. And it's always so challenging to trust the version of yourself that lives in that possibility. That's part of the work. That's part of the journey itself. And it's not easy. But can you hold yourself in all the messiness and all of the blech and gluh and all the heavy, uncomfortable emotions enough to be like, this is okay? That it's not something to get rid of, that it is something to hold because it will pass. I just want you to sit with that. Sit with it. Sit with it, girl. Sit with it. Because I need to, and for myself too, I'm speaking to myself too. I feel like there's layers to this, waves of it. It's never really ending. And until next time.